Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kazar and today we're playing the demo for Sable, a brand new game made by a brand new company called Shedworks, which is actually just two people in London. So this is the indiest of indie games we could possibly play. Small company making this game. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's been a topic of conversation at a lot of the E3 conventions as being a great little indie game. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm playing this blind. All I've seen is a bit of artwork, so I have no idea what we're getting into. So let's go ahead and get right into this. New game. Alright. Already I'm liking the art style. Kind of this minimalist vibe. Harsh out. Snake. No. Bug. My bad. Not a snake. Whoa. This is definitely gonna sound strange, but I'm getting Tron vibes, very much like the old Tron movie where everything was rotoscoped onto bodies. But this is like the new age of that. It's like someone made this all in MS Paint. Alright. Here we are with Sable, our main character. Main female character. Which is important because we need more and more female characters in games. Strong female leads. I have a sense that she's not going to be our Laura Croft here. Alright. Now is this a situation where I step off this? No, okay, we're good. Let's go through the hole. Space to jump. Ooh. Can I climb this? Aha. Very intuitive game design here. They highlighted it, made it very obvious that I should climb that. Kinda wanna see. Okay. My exploration led me nowhere. Let's go up this. The animation style is just, it's so interesting. Obviously it's like cutting out frames, which makes it easier to animate. Ooh, but it doesn't take away from the overall experience, you know, it adds to it. It's kind of like watching your favorite anime. Gosh, can I jump from this? Am I gonna die? Let's find out. Oof. Okay. What's over this way? What's that? It's just a brick. Nothing important there. There's a little bit of ledge climbing there, so in all this platforming, if I hit a ledge, I might be able to, okay, I might be able to hit up on it. Hit up on it? Hit up off of that ledge. Doesn't seem like I have a stamina meter at all, so that's good. Ooh, Ibex camp. So clearly we got a desert vibe going on here, which I'm all for. have enough games in the desert that aren't war games, you know? Every time I see something in the desert, it's usually like Call of Duty, Middle East sort of thing. I can feel Jaddy smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the teeth-baring little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. Jaddy. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? And yet, I know, I'm not worried. Okay, good. I like this, so we got a little conversation tree going on here. I shrug, but any attempts to act casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I've ever been more aware of my little shoulders. She laughs. I mean it. But I do know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. I remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping into me. I feel the memory in my fingers. But then I promised you it was going to be all right. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman, and how wonderful the wind felt through my fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand. Look at her. She can do whatever she wants. Jaddy reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. I take a breath. I think I'm ready. I don't know where to start. I change my mind. I'm staying. I think I'm ready. I thank Jaddy for the encouragement and tell her with a nod that I think I am ready. I know you are, so let's get started. You'll need to talk to Hilal and Driss. Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike, and Hilal will share something. Well, let's say, as useful as it is fun, I think I might suspect what Jaddy's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. Ooh, a little self-doubt. What if I choose the wrong path? I asked Jaddy what will become of me if I choose the wrong path. There are no wrong paths, Sable, or right ones. I'll be glad if you choose to stay with the Ibexi, but, truth be told, I'll be glad no matter what, so long as you're happy. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing, so don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Hilal. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driss as well. I've told him to arrange your bike with Sizzo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you, a compass to help you on your journey. It's the same one I used on my gliding, an artifact, you might say. I take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there, perfectly weighted and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible, satisfying precision. Thank you. Go on, it's nearly time. So if I hold Q... Oh, that is cool. Oh, man. I like that. Just the art style, the harsh lines, it's really cool. A lot of this already reminds me of a game that I have not played, because I've not owned a PlayStation in many years, but is Journey. Kind of that desert exploration vibe we got going on, but different, very different art style. So let's see. What do you want? As I approach Hilal, they give an enthusiastic wave. Oh look, he's got a prosthetic. Look at them all being all representative in this game. I like it already. As I approach Hilal, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Hilal's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it, with a touch of nerves for balance. Sable, take this. Hilal hands me a small round stone. As it nestles into my palm, I feel a warmth not borrowed from Hilal's hands, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like static on cloth. What is this? Thank you. I didn't bring anything for you. I'm going to ask. I try to sound less confused than I am, but ask Hilal what this is. Oh, Sable, you can't leave without it. What I've just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Halal what I feel. Or I tell Halal that I feel connectedness, fuzziness, or electricity. Go with electricity. Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness. I look at the stone. It seems quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now, it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hilal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. And as I'm about to leave, Hilal stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple. Go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jaddy's words now and tell Hilal I'll go see Driss. Whispering stones. Some sort of potential energy. Don't die. Okay. Fall damage doesn't seem to be a thing so far. Ooh, jump. Alright. Hello. Alright. Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom feature. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore, or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable! Hello! Hello, how are you today? I was told you have something special for me. Jaddy sent me to speak with you. I was told you have something special for me. I tell Driss I was told he had something special for me. Something special? I nod very meaningfully, but he doesn't seem to get the hint. I make a leading gesture, slowly, trying to be perfectly cool and confidential. But I can't do it. I'm too keen, and the words spill out. I ask Driss if he might, sort of possibly, maybe, have a bike for me. Your bike? He yells it like it's an idea he's just had. Your bike! Yes, of course, right, yes, your bike. That I was meant to, that I prepared for you because today is your... Gliding? Yes. Driss nods along with me. Yes, of course, right. Yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten? By which I mean, I arranged it for you in, well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. A tutorial? It's not here? Did you forget? It's not here. Not exactly, but that's because it's part of your gliding. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. Oh, that's good. I think about it and find that I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest, sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Looks like a lame bike. Driss gestures at the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester if I've ever seen one. I'll give it a go. A test. What's the bike's name? I like this whole idea of naming the your car, your bike, things like that. So let's go with that. Driss seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just sandcutter will do for now. Youngsters these days, always asking questions. Now, ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Don't lose your bike. When you're not riding it, your hover bike will appear as a blue icon on your compass, which we find this way. Ah, there it is. This is really cool. This tiny little bike is my first time. I love the circular smoke we got going on here. So W to accelerate, space to strafe. Ooh. Oh, I see. So strafe allows me to do sort of this. So it goes into two different modes. And W goes forward, and I steer, and I can get off with E. Alright. Alright. So far, so good. I get a sense that this is definitely like a putt-putt bike here. I'm going real slow. There's some rocks in my way. You can even hear it chugging along. Oh, I should speak to Driss now. I love any game that gives me a good bike ride across the large expanse to go exploring. Actually, the only thing I can think of right now with this bike is Jak 2, like the sequel to Jak and Daxter. You'd always be hijacking bikes. It was basically Grand Theft Auto for kids. That's totally what this bike reminds me of. Oh, and there we go. Let's get off. Alright. Alright, give me my bike! I return to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations. How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles, unexplained hissing, small fires? What do you mean fires? Surely you'd notice if you were on fire, even a little bit. Was that a possibility? Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Driss, is this bike dangerous? Everything sounded normal. I'm gonna go with that. Well, he doesn't finish. Have you already been by Halal? Am I not getting a bike? Well, you're getting the use of this sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? And Halal's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of that, mobility you're after. With my confidence in this exercise only slightly tarnished, I thank Driss very much for his help and I depart for Halal. So view quest log. Alright. I spoke to Jaddy at camp. He said Halal and Driss had tasks for me. I need to complete the tasks. So I think that I already got the task from Halal, Whispering Stone, so let's follow that one. I think we could take this mediocre bike out there and activate the gliding stone. And hopefully that means that we'll get our real bike when we come back. Oh. Well, I accidentally pushed, I think it was R, and I just had a moment to sit down. Any game that gives you a button to sit down and have a moment, I mean, look at this. Just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this scene that they've painted for us here. It's gorgeous. Alright. E, get on the bike. Get on the bike. Alright. I think we're going out this way. Whoa! I wonder if my compass works on the bike too. Excellent. So I'm going that way. No sprint on the bike, which makes sense. I don't know if all bikes are going to give me a boost later or something like that, or maybe they're just going to be faster overall. Alright, am I going the right way? It looks like I am. Activate the gliding stone at the altar. Is that the altar up there? It looks like a bird, so I'm going to assume that that is the right one. Oof. Ugh. There we go. Sprint. Up. Up. Okay. Nope. Oh, there we go. Actually, another game that this reminds me of, I cannot remember it right now. But it's the same art style as this other game. Why am I? Yeah, here's a great idea. Start talking about a game that you have no idea what it's called, and yeah, that'll definitely be really good content. Oh, what is? Okay, so I can kind of climb up this wall. Am I breaking that by? I'm breaking that by jumping. Okay, got it. Oh no! Don't move. Okay, let's go this way. Come on. Come on. You were doing just fine. I screwed you up. Don't listen to me. Oh, now she's tired. Alright, up we get. Alright. Whew. There we go. Ah! Breathe a sigh of relief getting up here. Jump! There we go. So these pillars seem climbable. Ooh, don't get into spikes. Oh, there's the altar. What is this, though? A flying worm creature. What? A chum egg? Excuse me? Perfectly round and hard as a rock, these eggs seem to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to put these. Okay. So it literally just turned into like a soft-boiled egg holder. That's a little bit weird. So we've got a crouching man with wings and a hazmat suit on. I guess it probably looks... It's a simplified version of these masks that everybody's wearing. Alright, through the door. Right. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Well, let's figure out how to get out of here. I will say the art style does just a good enough job to not make me confused as to where I am in relation to everything. Though there are some points where I definitely get a little discombobulated as to, like when those birds flew off, like they came out of the rocks sort of thing. Where certain lines blend into each other. Did I bring my bag of sand? The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. Am I afraid, exhilarated, or maybe it feels right? I'm a little afraid. Yes and no. I am ready for Rohana to know me. I am ready to know myself. I hear her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. So I wonder if Rohana is like their god? Divine being of some sort. Oh. Whoa. This is the first time we've seen like real color in this game. Everything else has been browns and blacks. Well, I guess except for... Oh. Alright. I am the chosen one. Oh. Oh, they're taking me. Oh, they're taking me. Where are you going? Oh, it just replaces it with a new altar? So what the heck did that do to me? Okay, so new room. Press and hold space to glide in midair. Oh, oh, you guys have got me. I'm all in. Any game that lets me fly, glide, but you know, still. Oh yes. Oh yes. I love the Mewtwo ball of light we've got here to help us fly. Let's see, can we go up with it at all? Like if I go this way? Or is this just a straight shot that way? Let's see. Oh. Good, I was able to climb that wall. Just hoping that was the correct way. Alright. This is very interesting, because it's like, we got this whole thing with the bikes going on. I thought that would have to do with gliding or whatever the gliding would be, but now it's apparently this superpower that you get to just straight up fly over things. I don't think that there's any... I'm just testing it now, but I'm pretty sure that there's no, like, end to it. Like, it doesn't run out until I hit the ground, which is awesome, because then... I mean, granted, there's not been any fall damage yet, but then we don't have to manage that, you know. There's no problem with... like worrying about that I'm going to run out of glide at some point. As soon as I hit the ground, it's all good and I can just do it again. Whoa! What a jump. Is this, this vehicle gonna catch fire on me? Alright. Here we go. So I think I'll probably give this guy a break. Let's go talk to the guy who gave us the stone first. Ah. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just coming back to the village and suddenly I can fly. Suddenly I have a psychokinetic ball of light that surrounds me. What the hell is this? Postbox. Hello, Sable. Unread messages. Have a good day. We got a robotic post box. Alright. What you got for me? When I return to Halal, it's clear that they know that what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them more before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Exciting, true freedom, strange, I'm a little queasy, safe like a warm hug. I'm going to say exciting, true freedom. I tell Halal that hovering is exciting and ramble for a moment about all the things I'll be able to do when I'm out of here in the world. Most of them involve me falling on my head and not getting hurt, but I'm sure I'll come up with more in practice. Right? You can do anything you want. Halal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much. That feeling, just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there, heaving myself into chasms. So it sounds like it's something that goes away as you get older. I'll heave myself into chasms for you. Is that really what you do? I wish we could all do it. I'll heave myself into chasms for you. I'll throw myself into 1,000 chasms on their behalf, and they giggle. That's what I like to hear. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. Takes a really serious focus. Halal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose that the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, I think about that, but decide that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I am saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're going to love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice? Try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you just put joy first. I thank Halal for their advice and for their help, and tell them that I'll miss them. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance all in one. I say goodbye to Halal. Before I go, Halal gestures toward the tower. It seems Sizzo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Alright, Sizzo has a task for me. So at least if I fall off that tower now, I can glide down. I don't know who this is. Who are you? Oh, is that the same... That's the lady I was talking to before. kind of a rust punk vibe going on here. Sort of like if Mad Max was a gentle, wonderful place. What do we got? Nothing. Don't know what was in there. Okay. Alright. Sizzo is an outclanner to the Ibexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall. I think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed, but Sizzo has been among us so long it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she's one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular, or that our designation of Ibexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us, and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. So we got a big lore drop there, kind of giving the vibe that there's other groups out there, and we're kind of the nomads of the world. And I'm always pleased that Sizzo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Better now that I'm getting a bike. Excited for my bike. A bit worried. Am I really getting a bike? Excited for my bike. Sizzo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. It's like, oh no, what have I done? You're laughing now. Yes, Jaddy told me how excited you were. Sizzo sniffs. She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he may have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered. And besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hover bike parts yourself. I'm going to make my own hover bike? This sounds like an adventure. Technically, shouldn't Driss do it? I'm going to make my own hover bike. I asked Sizzo if I'm expected to make my own hover bike. No, you are not going to make your hover bike. You are going to build your own hover bike. What's the difference? To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Sizzo hands me something. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. I asked Sizzo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships and fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up on the great rock near the other side of the canyon, and another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator. I'll be back for you. Know this is quite a lot of work. Do most gliders make their own bikes? I ask Sizzo if most gliders really make their own bikes. Only the lucky ones. I tell Sizzo I'll see her soon, and head off in search of the components. Together we will create something new out of the old. Ships of old. And so begins our quest to make our bike. I think I'll take a brief break here, folks. I'll see you back here in the next game.